break, Isak Dinesen will have our sports update.
Isaac, what do you have for us today?
We got a recap from last weekend's NDSU football game, and I also have an update on an NDSU spring sport. What do I mean about that? I'll let you know when we come back. Last Saturday's matchup at the Fargo Dome was billed as the toughest test of NDSU's non-conference games as fourth-ranked UC Davis came to town. Through its 3 games, the Bison had hardly faced any adversity, but if the Aggies had anything to prove, they were not going to be a pushover. This guy, as you'll see on your screen, Trey Lance, was going to need to be on top of his game for the Bison to come out victorious. Picking things up in the early first quarter, the running game got the Bison down to the 2-yard line. Adam Cofield punches it in. It's 7-0 home team. The Aggies would later tie the game, and a few drives later, controversy strikes. This is Tayron Thomas taking the screen pass in for UC Davis for 6 points, but the referees would review this play, and they would call offensive pass interference. No touchdown. They'd have to settle for 3. It's a 10-7 lead for the Aggies. Ensuing drive for the Bison, Trey Lance rolling out to his right. He's met near the goal line. Knee never touches. He stays upright. He's in. The Bison take a 17-13 lead at the half. The teams would trade field goals in the third quarter, so we have a full 4-quarter game in our hands at the Dome. 7 minutes left, down by 4, 3rd and goal. Quarterback Jake Mayer's pass is intercepted at the goal line by Michael Tutsi. A huge red zone takeaway for the Bison. And after another Aggie turnover, it's that redshirt freshman quarterback at it again. Here he is running left, juking and giving him the people's elbow, running him over into the end zone. Bison win this one 27-16, capping off the non-conference with a 4-0 record. Huge sigh of relief for Matt Entz.
I'll give you a quick fact. Here's a Bob Nielsen fact. All right, when I grew up playing for Coach Nielsen, if you give up less than 17, you got an 85% chance of winning. So that's the only number that I worry about right now. We knew they were going to come in here and chuck and duck and throw it, and they did a great job, but our kids were able to get some 3 and outs, get off the field, create some takeaways.
The Bison's winning streak extends to 25 games. It's the 3rd longest in FCS history, just behind James Madison's streak NDSU spoiled in the 2017 FCS championship game. The Bison are off this week. They're back in action October 5th. It's been a promising yet up and down start for the NDSU volleyball team this season. Through 12 matches this year, the Bison are 5-7, a 3-win increase from this point last year. However, the team has played opponents like Tennessee and Cal out of Power 5 conferences and Western Kentucky, a prominent mid-major program. Last year, NDSU became the first ever 6 seed to advance to the Summit League Tournament semifinal round, and this year return all but 3 from last year's roster. Head coach Jennifer Lopez's squad opens conference play tomorrow, 7 o'clock on the road against South Dakota State. NDSU softball's fall season is underway and ending quickly. The team has already hosted 4 exhibition games against lower division schools to get some extra game reps in during the long off season. Though these games don't count, the Bison have won each of its games by a combined total of 50-4. NDSU is playing MSUM at Theraldson Park as we are live right now. Then we'll travel down to Minnesota this weekend before one last tune-up against Minot State next Saturday at home. Admission will be free for that final game. And last night, the Minnesota Twins are the American League Central Division winners. That's their first division title in 9 years. After a win against the Detroit Tigers cut the Twins' magic number to 1, all the Twins needed was a Cleveland Indians loss to the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox won 8-3, and pandemonium ensued. This will be the 2nd playoff appearance in 3 seasons for Minnesota, last losing in a wild card game to the New York Yankees in 2017. As far as the current playoff picture looks, the Houston Astros are close to claiming the top seed in the American League, currently battling with the Yankees for that spot. The Twins will face whichever team finishes in 2nd. The 2 AL wildcard slots have yet to be decided. In the National League, we know the teams that are in. The matchups aren't decided yet. The 3 division winners have their spots all locked up. The wild card spots belong to the Washington Nationals and the Milwaukee Brewers. Great story, though, for the Minnesota Twins this year. They took care of business today. They beat the Tigers today to win their 98th game of the year.